Welcome to Seattle College's international programs and our show Conversations With, where we talk to people that help you understand how you too can be an international student in the United States and why Seattle Colleges should be your first choice. We'll talk to students and staff and agents and government folks, all kinds of people about what you can expect when you're getting ready to apply or travel here, what you'll experience while you're with us, and how it can all lead to an amazing life. Don't forget to check out the Seattle College's International Programs website at intl.seattlecolleges.edu, where you can find a treasure trove of information about the school, the programs here, and best of all, fill out and submit your application. Again, that's intl.seattlecolleges.edu. Hey everybody, welcome back to Conversations with And we are here at North Seattle College.
Yes.
With a soon-to-be graduate. Very excited to be talking to this graduate here from Taiwan. Welcome, Tina. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's really sunny out today. Yeah.
It's a beautiful day.
It is.
So tell me, you're getting ready to graduate.
Yeah.
What are you going to be graduating in? What's your degree going to be?
I'm currently doing an associate art degree, which I haven't really decided what field I'm doing, so I'm kind of exploring. That's why I'm choosing a degree. And hopefully next year I can get to transfer UW as art major.
As an art major?
Yeah, there's an art major at UW.
So cool.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite type of art? Like, what do you...
My medium?
Yeah, your medium.
I really like ceramics. Like, I feel like we have really good ceramic class at North, which is, I never have this class in my life before. Not in my high school, like when I was in Taiwan. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, you're the second person that's been into ceramics on this show. So, yeah, come to North if you're interested in ceramics.
Yeah.
It's great. Do you have a lot of international students in your ceramics classes? Are you...
Kind of. I have friends, Emer, which we were just talking about. She was taking ceramics before, and I had a class with her one time. And I also have the other friends. She's also from Taiwan. Her name is Marcy. We also have ceramic together. But yeah. I feel like class is very diverse. Like, there's a lot of people from different ages, which is really good because you can see how they do ceramics from a different perspective and how they see, like, not just like classes, but like how they see life as like from a different, age, and then they give you like different advice, so which I really appreciate. Yeah. So
let's go back to when you were in Taiwan as a student.
Yeah.
Did you go to like a private school, public school?
I did. I've been going to private school since like preschool to middle school, and high school was public. But middle school and high school, I went to all-girls school, so I've been all-girls school for like 5 years, which is quite an interesting experience. It's nice.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
What happened where you started to think, I need to leave the country to study at the university? Like, what was the inciting incident?
Yeah. So the whole thing happens because my mom, she was doing her PhD, and then she happened to got this chance where she can do like what is it called, like scholar changing, visiting scholar with UW,
like an exchange.
And then her visa allows her to bring like her kids and her sprouts, so that's why we came here.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I came here my senior year. It was kind of lonely when you transferred as last year and when everybody already knows other people, so it was kind of lonely, but...
So did you go to a U.S. high school, or did you just start here at North and get your high school completion?
I didn't do Running Start when it was high school, so I just transferred to a U.S. high school and then finished my senior year, and then it happened to be one of Seattle public high school, so that's why I heard about Seattle Promise, and Seattle Promise led me to here.
Well, let's talk about that, because you're the first student I've interviewed that has...
Seattle Promise,
Yeah, it's a very interesting approach. Yeah. So you got into a high school here. Tell us about how Seattle Promise works.
Yeah. So I don't exactly know how the details work, but apparently if you're like parents here and then how do I how do I phrase this? I think basically you have to live here and you have a house here and you can prove that you have a visa with your parents like here, and you can apply for high school and then you can enroll in the high school. And then Seattle Promise doesn't care about your citizenship or anything. They just want you to earn a Seattle Public High School diploma.
Right.
And then you're like qualified for it.
Right.
Yeah.
And what do you get with Seattle Promise?
Yeah, it's such a great deal. Like, you get 90 credits free. Like, they pay for you 2 years associate credits. So, yeah, I didn't pay for any of my tuition the past 2 years, so which is really nice to save a bunch of money for me. And, yeah, and you can get to choose either one you like. From Seattle College, you can choose, like, South, Central, North, or you can do all of them if you like.
So, are you here with an F1 visa then? Or what visa are you on?
Yeah. So before, when I was still in high school, I was under my mom's visa, which is, I think it was J2 visa. She's J1, and I'm like J2 because I'm under her.
You're her spouse.
Yeah.
Not spouse, but
her
kids.
kid. Yeah. But then after that, it was only a year visa, so then she went back home afterwards, and I chose to stay because I want to continue doing Seattle Promise. So I have to apply my own visa, which is F1 visa.
Ah.
Yeah.
So did you have to apply for the
Yes, I do have
transfer, I guess you call it?
Yeah, it's a little bit tricky because I'm doing Seattle Promise and I'm so under international program as well because like I'm not a citizen, so I have to communicate with Seattle Promise at the same time I have to communicate with the international program. But what I did is when I was still in high school, I like contact with like Seattle Promise, and there's like a whole thing. You fill out the form where it's like you can. It's kind of like a residency thing where you can apply for it. Like you have to have your high school diploma, and you have to prove that you'll be living here for like 12 months or like almost 12 months or something like that. And then you have to and after that, that's with Seattle Promise. And then next step is with international program, which is in North. And you have to talk to them, and then they give you, like, documents and stuff like that, and you have to apply your F1 visa at your home country, where you get it, and then after that, I can't remember the details, but I think you have to have it, and then you submit to, like, international program, and then they will sign for you or something, and then, yeah.
You didn't have to go to an interview, though? You didn't have to go back to Taiwan?
No, but, since there's like documents, you need to give it to the what is it called, like the office. So I was in Taiwan at the time, but I didn't go to like do the interview thing because I already did it when I was getting my visa with my mom. Right. So then they don't need me to like go back there again, but I do need to like send them my documents and stuff like that to them. Gotcha. It's easier when you're in the country because you don't have to do like cross country and then also cost more. Yeah.
So I'm just curious, this doesn't really help anybody that's listening to this show for advice, but like when you go for your J2, when you go as the kid of someone else, what is the interview like in that case? Do they ask you a lot of questions or?
Not really, to be honest. They kind of just ask you like, oh, why are you going there? Or like, what are you going to do? And then like, they didn't really like go into much details. They kind of just like ask like normal questions like, oh, what are you gonna do there, how long are you gonna stay there, what's your plan, and stuff like that. So make sure that you're not like suspicious person like going to the US. So
did you do it at the same time as your mom, or did they like separate you?
We did it all together.
Oh, you do it together.
It was kind of like, how when you're getting your like driver license or stuff like that, it's like a whole window, and then our family's like all together, and they just ask questions like individually, but we're like all around and together. Yeah, so it wasn't like serious.
You said family. Was it more than just you and your mom?
Yeah, I have 2 other siblings.
Oh my gosh. And they're still here?
They're all back in Taiwan.
They went back.
Yeah.
How old are they?
My brother, I think he's graduating this year, and my sister, she's middle school.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is your brother thinking about coming to the U.S.?
I'm not sure. He kind of want to just finish his high school there, and then, I don't know what his
see what's
like.
Next.
Yeah.
Cool. And what about your little sister?
She's still in middle school, but she loves basketball. She's playing basketball, so, yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. Did they enjoy their experience here?
I would say they did, but at first it was really hard for them because we don't really speak English, or like we definitely learn how to speak English in like school, but it's like still different, how when you're in that, in the actual like American, because like sometimes like what they teach you on the book, it's different from like actual dialogue.
For sure.
And there's so many slangs and stuff like that.
So much.
Yeah, so then I would say my sibling kind of have a hard time to understand some of them, but they really like the experience here. They make a lot of good friends and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, your English is amazing, actually.
Thank you.
So before you came, did you feel like it wasn't that strong? Or did you have a pretty good command of English before you arrived?
I would say it might be because, like, I'm so talkative, and then, like, I really like to make friends. Sometimes I feel like I talk too much, so, yeah, I just really like to talk to people, and I make a bunch of mistakes all the time, which is fine, you know, you learn from mistakes.
Right.
And now you get better, so, yeah.
Well, I was just going to ask you, since your command is really good, what kind of advice would you give to kids back home that are trying to improve their English so they can test well? And
so one thing I did a lot when I was still in Taiwan is that I watched a bunch of like YouTube videos that's like English, like American like YouTube videos.
Sure.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be the one where it's like so educational. You can just watch like vlogs or like their daily vlogs or like they're doing like stupid things together.
Right.
And then the other thing I do is when I was like walking on the street, I like see things and I'll think of like what's their call like in a different language.
Yeah.
And that's how I practice. So I know what they're calling in different language. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've said this before, but I have a good friend in Chengdu. His English is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, how did you get to be such a good speaker? And he's never been to the U.S. And he says, I just watched Friends. That's all he did is watch
I love Friends
reruns over and over, and he would
I
like
love
start it, stop it, you know, and repeat. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's a good way to practice too. Yeah.
But I like your YouTube idea. I hadn't even thought about that because you know I study Chinese, and I'm like, maybe I should watch some Chinese vlogs or something.
Yeah, because I feel like, you know, they're like the most real like Americans like culture.
Yeah.
It's not like actual like books, like podcasts or whatever. It's like more in real life, and you can see how they say slangs and stuff like that. So I feel like it helped me a lot. Yeah.
There you go. You probably didn't have to take a English proficiency exam, did you?
I don't think I did because when I was in high school, I took like APLA, which is like advanced level English class. So I think that covers it. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, your entry in is just very different from everybody else. So.
I know. I was gonna say like I don't know if it's gonna help other people because it's kind of special. Like my situation is kind of different.
Sure, but maybe somebody, and I think what they really like to hear is like. You know, you've been in America now. Is America what you thought it would be? Is it hard to adjust to America? So maybe you can answer those kinds of questions.
Yeah, I can definitely do that. Yeah, so I always have this dream wanted to come to U.S. when I was a kid because I went to private bilingual school and all the kids always talk about like how good the U.S. is and then like how nice to be there and then just like everything just like so great and then you go to internet and then talks about like all like the pop culture, like the food, or not like the food, but like, you know, like burgers and pizza and stuff like that.
Sure.
And then it just like, I don't know, it's just something about American culture. It's like so like leading in like, you know, it's like a main culture in like the world kind of like you might not know other culture that much or that well, but you definitely know about American culture. So it's like, you feel like it's easy to like get involved in stuff like that. So I really want to like go there, but I will say it's totally mind-changing, like mind-blowing, because I came here and then I realized that it's very different than Taiwan, and I will say they're really open-minded and like very welcoming, but at the same time you can tell like sometimes it's not as easy as you think because since there's so many different people here, it's really hard to find the balance sometimes because people from different culture, they have different like way of lifestyles and stuff like that. Sure. So sometimes it's kind of confusing. Like you don't want to like be impolite to other people, but also at the same time you want to be, you know, be involved to other people. It's like you want to know more people and stuff like that. So I would just say like be open-minded too, you know, and yeah, if you don't know anything, just ask. And then people are really nice, and I would say don't hesitate, ask about anything, or like if you're scared of like you're not doing the correct thing, just ask and people will tell you. As long as you're trying to improve yourself, people will like accept you. Yeah,
I would agree with that. Seattle's very cosmopolitan. We have people from all over the world.
Exactly.
Talk about this regularly on this show, you know, so if you're, say, Chinese, I mean, there are a lot of Chinese people around if you want to just hang out with that community.
Yeah.
If you are from West Africa, there's a big West African community. So it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
It's good advice.
You find your own place here. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you do for housing now that your mom's gone home?
Oh, yeah. It's an interesting story. So the first year in college, I was living in a dorm with 7 other people, which is quite interesting. It was nice.
The Seattle College's dorms?
No, I didn't live in Seattle College dorm.
Oh, okay.
I don't think... We don't have dorm in North. I don't think so.
Not North, but a lot of our North students will stay at the ones at Central because it's only a short subway ride.
Like light rail. Yeah. No, I did not. My mom found this this dorm. Well, not dorm, like a house, off Facebook, which is Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so
you gotta be careful with Facebook.
Yeah, I gotta be careful. But yeah, my mom talked to the guy, and he's also from Taiwan. So then we kind of just he's like, okay, yeah, you can live here. And so I lived there for like about a year, almost a year. But then I didn't, I really liked the environment, but then also sometimes like kind of costs a lot to live in the house. So then I decided to move out. And the time I met my friend, and then they happened to have like a open space, like because people moved out, so they have like open rooms, and I asked if I could like move in, so I'm moving with them now. Yeah.
So every day's a party.
Every day.
Not literally a party, but
yeah,
it'd be really fun.
It's really nice to like live with your friends. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
It's like if you're something comes to your mind, you can just like literally run next door and be like, oh my god, watch this, or like hear about this, look at what I made, or stuff like that. And
is it close to North?
It's not close at all. It's like all the way up north in Everett.
Oh, it's in Everett. Oh my gosh. So how do you get here?
I drive.
Oh, you have a car.
Yeah, I have a car.
Gotcha. Yeah, if you didn't, that would be a long bus ride from Everett. That'd be.
Yeah, I would not want to do that.
Yeah, I live in Edmonds, which is maybe 2 communities kind of north. It's not far, but it still takes 15, 20 minutes to get over to Northgate.
Especially in the morning, like the traffic's so bad. Yeah.
But the public buses are really great. I take a public bus from Aurora over to here, and
it's perfect.
It's really nice. Yeah.
Seattle have a really, really good like bus system, I would say. And I use like when I was still living in Seattle, I use this app called Transit, and it tells you like when will the bus arrive, and then like what bus you can take and stuff like that. Yeah, it's really nice.
I didn't even know there was that. I
know there's an app. Or you can use Google Maps.
True.
Yeah, they say on there too.
King County Transit has its own app too. It's a trip planner.
Yeah.
So you can say, I'm here, I want to go here, and they'll tell you which.
Yeah, kind of like Google Maps. Yeah.
Well, nice. Well, since you're getting ready to graduate, how much time did you spend in total for your associates?
Yeah, so my degree takes 2 years to finish.
So you did it in 2 years? Because I know sometimes it says it takes you 2 years, but then, you do 2.5 or 3 or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, if you're taking classes, because I didn't take classes in the summer, but if you take classes in the summer, it will, like, it's faster to graduate. Yeah, but I didn't take it in the summer.
What'd you do?
I went back to Taiwan, of course.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Visit my family and stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, it takes about 2 years, and it totals 90 credits. And there's, like, so for each different degrees, you can go to, like, North Seattle College website to see like the degrees you want to complete, and then there's like a sheet where it says like what class you're supposed to take, and then like what class you have to meet to like credits you have to meet to like graduate, and then it says on like the sheet. So yeah,
we talk about using advisors a lot on the show, but really I like what you're saying because you can do a lot of the work yourself.
Yeah, online.
Yeah, it's really handy.
It's easier for you because when you're waiting for other people to reply, it takes some time. Also, like build out your anxiety. You're like, oh my gosh, I want to know, like, like so make my plans. But actually, a lot of information it's on like internet, like on the website, school website. Yeah.
In the olden days, back in my day, it was a catalog. You'd get a catalog. And I think they still print them, actually. But and you could flip through the catalog, and it would just outline exactly what you need to do in order to get your degree. So if I wanted to be a foreign language major, I knew that I had to take this many science classes, I had to take a philosophy class or whatever. So, similar. So I recommend what she's talking about. Get on there. Look at what you do. Know for yourself. Figure it out yourself. Then talk to an advisor. I think it's a much more powerful way to go. So did you, while you were a student here, did you get involved with any clubs or activities?
Yeah. I'm currently in Art and North like college. It's like an art group where we like talk about art stuff, and then we also make art together. And we also host like art sale like in the winter, and there's actually one coming up in spring, which is like in 2 weeks. I think it's May 22nd.
Cool.
Yeah. And yeah, it's really nice community because like I feel like art created like a really special environment where it's not like you only talk about art, but you also kind of talked about like the way you see things and stuff like that, so you get a lot of advice and how you can improve yourself, like in terms of like in lives and or like your art and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, it's like art is for like everybody, you know.
I agree, definitely. Yeah. And it doesn't matter which medium you're in. She's in ceramics, but maybe you're a painter or a filmmaker or a photographer. It all works together nicely.
Yeah. We have like a group meeting, like host like once a week, where it's like opening hours for everybody. They can just bring their art stuff and then like do it together. Like some people like crochet or like knitting, and then they just bring their, or like I'm doing ceramics, I can also like bring my ceramics there and then like doing with other people. Yeah.
Are you also working on campus?
I am actually. Yeah. So, it took me so long to find this job. It's so hard, yeah. Because a lot of job on campus, you have to be, like, work-study, which is, like, you have to be a citizen to qualify for that.
Right.
Because they get, like, fund from, like, the government.
Sure.
Yeah, so you have to find a job that it's from the... I don't know how to say this, but, like, it's not... Different funding. That just like that, different fundings. But I found this job at Wellness Center.
Good.
And I've been working there.
Yeah.
Since last quarter, yeah.
And when will you stop working there?
Probably end of this quarter because I'm graduating, so yeah.
I was wondering if it's possible, I don't know if they'll allow you to work after you've technically graduated. Like, could you work through the summer if you wanted to?
So I asked this question with them. So if you're taking another classes, not in the summer, but like a next fall, which is the quarter after that, then you can continue working. But if you're not, then you're not eligible.
Gotcha. And how many hours per week do they have you working?
Yeah, so I think for international students, you can only work up to like 19 hours. Yep. So
how many do they actually have you working?
It depends on the week. Okay. I usually work like around like 18 hours a week.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's cool. So and is it hard work? What do they have you do?
Oh, I'm going to say I really, really love my job. It's so nice and so chill. Like, it's like, so I work at a front desk at the Wellness Center. So when there's no people, we get to do our homework and can talk with your coworker. Sure. And then like you can do your homework. It's just really nice. It's a really nice like workplace. And
that's a nice building.
Yeah, and then my manager's really nice too. They always ask you if you need anything or like if you take your rest, like take your break yet, or like stuff like that. And then people are really nice. And then
That's great. We have a lot of international students that work at the gym at Central.
Yeah.
I don't know about South. I don't know if we have international students there, but yeah, always check at the gym. That's a really good place.
Yeah.
But like I know information centers, front desk people. There's quite a few jobs, but you do have to ask around.
Yeah, I do. I do email a bunch of people.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you finally found a job.
Yeah.
And now we kind of started talking, I think, before we rolled. Now you're graduating, you're going to head to UW.
Hopefully can transfer there.
You're waiting to hear from them.
Yeah, I'm waiting to hearing back.
Did you apply to more than one school?
I did, actually. Just have like a backup plan. Yeah, I applied to Cornish, which is like an art college
That's
school.
That's downtown, right?
In downtown, yeah. I also applied to Wazoo, which is Washington State University in like East Seattle. East Washington, kind of close to Idaho.
You know, they have an Everett campus.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so Washington State University has, I think, 5 campuses. There's one in Vancouver, Washington, one in the Seattle area, maybe one in Bellevue, then Pullman.
Oh, yeah.
So you could actually do WSU and not leave Seattle if you wanted.
True, yeah. I also applied to Montana State University
in
Montana. Yeah. But I mainly just want to go to UW because I want to go to UW.
It's a great school, for sure. Yeah. Well, they also have 2 other campuses, so if you don't get into the Seattle campus...
There's Bothell and Tacoma.
Tacoma, yeah. And, you know, even if you're a student at Tacoma or Bothell, you're still...
Can take classes, like, in Washington main campus,
right. Same resources, go use the gym, go to football games, whatever you want. So you're a Husky no matter where you are. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Well, good luck. I hope that works out for
you.
Thank you. I don't know much about the Cornish School. We haven't ever talked to them on the show. What do you know about that school?
Cornish? Yeah, so it's a school funded by Cornish. So it's a woman who I think she's majored in like pianos or something. Like she was doing with like music and stuff like that. And then she founded the school in like 19 something. I don't really know about this school that well, actually. Yeah. But yeah, this school is famous for, like, their acting classes. Like, it's a really good art college, like, especially in Seattle. And, yeah, and then they have a bunch of art classes, and they're really famous about it. That's why I also applied to that school, because they have good ceramic classes as well, so, yeah.
So you get this degree in art down the road. What do you want to do with it? Like, what's your goal in life?
That's a very good question. So, the thing is, I don't really know what I want to do in the future. Like, I don't really have, like, a career path that I want to follow. It's not like, because art, it's very, like, unique, and it's, in a way, like, it's really flexible to compete to other, like, career, like, doctor, like, lawyer. You get your, like, you get your license, and then you become a lawyer, and then you do this job for, like, the rest of your life, or to what time ever you want to quit this, or stop doing and retire. And for art, it's like there's so many different things you can do, and there's so many different paths. And yeah, I just want to, because I found a lot of passion with this art, and I just want to keep doing the things I like, you know? So I just probably going to continue doing this till the day I don't want to do it anymore. So that's my plan. Yeah.
Will you take it back to Taiwan? Do you plan to go back to Taiwan after you graduate?
Maybe. I don't know. My plan for my next 10 years is I would like to travel around the world and doing a bunch of different art and to see different things, and then do a bunch of art with different people, and then like exchange like art ideas, or like talk to them, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
I definitely got to put you in touch with Wang Chuan. He's the Chinese guy that I interviewed for this show.
Yes.
But he's in art, but like he has been traveling the world.
Really?
So like I think after he's done in the U.S., I think he's kind of looking at going to South America next.
Ooh,
so he'd be a really good person for you to network with.
Advice, yeah. Yes, definitely.
Cool.
Give me his email, yeah.
Yeah. I just saw him the other day. So in the mural that's over here on this side of the school, he helped with that. He took that mural class, and they painted it all together.
Oh, that's so cool, yeah.
That's really cool. Are you in the mural? Did you take that class?
I did not take that class, unfortunately, because I thought that class was just like painting walls. And
it's kind of what they did, yeah.
Yeah, but I
mean,
heard
there's
a lot
more to it. But.
Yeah, I heard a lot of good things with the class, because the class teacher, her name is Kelda, and Kelda is like the best teacher ever. She's my favorite, like my number one teacher, art teacher ever. She teach pre-making and their book arts and other different kind of like art classes. Like she's the best teacher, and then she got really good advice as well. And she also helped me a lot with my art stuff. So yeah.
Cool.
But I already take a bunch of like art classes, so I didn't have like extra credits for that class. But yeah.
Okay, so you took a lot of classes. Now that you're at the end, which was your favorite class?
My favorite? Oh, that's kind of a hard question.
That is a hard question.
Yeah, so I really like ceramics, because I take this class like 3 times, because it's so fun. It's like there's like 3 different levels. The first level is like they teach you like the basic, like the technique and stuff like that, and then the second and third they give you more like flexibility, so you can kind of do like what you like to do. And if you like find any ideas like off the internet or something, you can also ask a teacher like how to do it and stuff like that. Like I didn't know you can actually fire papers in the kiln.
What?
Yeah, so basically,
you mean like paper?
Yeah, so for example, I have this idea where I want to fire a crane. So first you like have a crane, like paper crane, origami.
Like origami, okay.
Yeah, and you put slit on it, which is like more water clay. They're like kind of like mud, and you like dip it in like 3 times or like multiple times, and then you let it dry, and then put in the kiln. And because kiln gets really hot, so then the paper eventually like all like disappear and became ashes, you know. And then so you got like a crane slit, like crane ceramics.
That's really cool.
I know. Yeah, I didn't know that. And then I asked about the my teacher, and then she said, yeah, you can do it. Yeah. But it's really bad for the environment. So she said you can only do like a tiny little one. Yeah.
It's bad for the environment because of the
ashes? Yeah. Yeah, it creates a lot of smoke. And apparently it's like bad for the earth. But yeah.
Take good care of the earth, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, do you hear that? That means it's trivia time. Dun, dun. So you're getting ready to graduate, so we have some special questions for you today.
Yes.
So let's start with the first question. You're here at North. What is the mascot for North?
Mascot? What does that mean?
Mascot is the animal associated with North.
Mascot. Oh, like tree frogs that you're wearing right now.
The tree frogs. That was an easy question.
Yeah.
Very good. All right, number 2. How many quarters must you do before you're allowed to do a vacation quarter?
2 quarters? 3 quarters?
I think you have to do 3,
oh, my bad,
and then you're allowed
Fall,
a vacation quarter.
Winter, spring. Okay, my bad. Oh, it was close.
All right, true or false? You can start your studies during any quarter.
Yes.
Yes, but with some programs you need to maybe start in just the fall or the spring. So maybe check very carefully. But for most degree plans, most areas of studies, you can start whenever you want. So
yeah,
nice job. When did you start? You started in the fall?
I started in the fall, yeah.
Nice, yeah. That's the best time, I think, because there's this rush of new students in.
Yeah, also fall in Seattle is really pretty.
It
all
is
the
really
leaves,
pretty.
yeah, changing.
Although today, unbelievable. And it's supposed to be this way this weekend, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Yes.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. Probably just hang around. I don't know, lazing around.
So lazing around. Well, what do you normally do for fun?
That's what I normally do for fun. I don't know. Like, I really like to crochet, and so I crochet a lot. Also, I really like to watch shows on Netflix, so I also do that. And I really like to just, like, wander around, go to parks. There's so many parks in Seattle.
There are a lot of parks, yeah.
And they're all really, really pretty. And so I also really like to go there. Like, Seattle is, like, located in such, like, amazing area ever. It's, like, you're so close to water, but also at the same time, you're really close to nature. It's, like, if you take, like, 30 to 40 minutes ride, you can go, like, a really beautiful, like, mountain. And you can just, like, go on a hike or just, like, take a walk with your friend and stuff like that. It's really nice. Yeah,
if you like nature, Seattle is an amazing place to come, for sure.
Or if you just only like city life, like Seattle have that too.
You could never leave the city if you want.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk question number 4.
Yes.
There are 3 national parks surrounding Seattle.
Oh.
Can you name one of those national parks?
National park? It's Mount Rainier.
Yes!
Yes, okay.
Mount Rainier National Park.
Mount Rainier. Yay.
To the west, we have Olympic National Park.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the mountains you see across the water.
Fun fact. Do you know, what is it called? Twilight? Actually filmed there?
Yes!
Yeah, Forks.
Have you been?
Yes, I've been there.
Cool.
It was so fun.
Well, let's talk about that for a second, too, because we have a lot of Twilight fans out there. They come here because they want to go out and see where they filmed.
Yeah.
What was it like in Forks?
Honestly, I would say it's kind of gloomy. It's really sad over there. Like, it doesn't have much over there. But they have this, like, really cool museum where I think a collector, they bought a bunch, like, clothes from the show. Like, actually, the clothes they're wearing.
Oh, yeah.
And then they bought it off the show and they put it in the place and then they display it.
Oh, that's
and then
cool.
I think it's free. It's, like, free to enter.
Wow.
Yeah, and then they take donations. So you can, like, donate money if you feel like.
Cool.
But, yeah, it's really cool. You can actually see, like, the clothes they wear. Like, it was really cool. Yeah.
Well, Forks, where she's talking about, is kind of on the wet side of the mountains there.
Yeah, kind of past Olympic Park, yeah.
It's gray. A lot of clouds. And
it's close to
stuff,
Port Townsend a little bit, yeah.
It is really pretty, though.
It's really pretty,
There's some nice beaches out there. And
it does. Maybe just the day we go there wasn't really nice. It was kind of like, yeah.
No, you're right. It can be gloomy.
Yeah, it's kind of cloudy that day, but yeah.
But if you're a Twilight fan, and you can go down to the Columbia River Gorge.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Between Washington and Oregon, because they filmed a lot of Twilight in the Portland area, too.
Yes, that's also one thing I realized. Like, me and my friend went there, and realized that a lot of places, they actually also filmed down in Portland, and so we're really sad, because we're like, okay, we're gonna go to those places this time, but then I was like, wait, so the school they filmed was not here, is in, like, down in Oregon?
Yeah.
And I was just like, damn, like, the beaches too? And I was like, oh, that's so sad, like, but the book, the book, the house they based on, was in Forks, so we get to see the house.
Cool. Well, you're going to be here for a couple more years. It's super easy to get to Portland. Get on Amtrak. It's only a couple hours to get down there.
Or you can, like, rent a car.
Or you can rent a car.
Yeah, it's easy to rent a car.
Super easy.
Yeah.
Portland's only maybe, depending on traffic, couple 2-3 hours. It doesn't take too long.
Yeah, it does not. It's really fast,
Go check it out. I had friends. I've made films, and I have friends who worked on the Twilight movies.
Oh, they did?
They said it was crazy,
Oh.
Because, all the fans are... they got to keep the fans off the set.
Wait, so they actually, like, filmed Twilight when they were making the movie?
Yeah.
Your friend?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So he actually see the actors?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it was a big deal for Oregon to get that.
I mean, still a big deal. Like, oh.
Yeah. Did you see all of the movies?
I did. I watched it in one day. I think they put it up on Netflix like a couple of years ago or last year.
Yeah.
And then they only have it up for like a month or something. So I was like, oh, I gotta finish this like today. So me and my friend would watch like 4 or 5 of them in the same day.
Oh my gosh.
It was so good though.
I am not a huge Twilight fan, just so the world knows. I'm glad you like it.
Thank you.
So many people love it.
Yeah.
I went into... my brother was managing a movie theater down in Oregon. And I just had some time to kill while I was waiting for him.
Yeah.
And
you finished Twilight?
So I had a number of movies to choose from, but they had one of the new ones, and I was like, I'll go see what it's about.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I couldn't take it. I had to leave.
I mean, it is kind of like crazy,
So
you know?
cheesy.
Yeah, it's so cheesy, but like for like a teenage girl, it's like romantic, you know? Yeah.
So romantic.
I want my vampire boyfriend now. Yeah.
All right, question number... Wait a minute. Do you guys have a vampire culture in Taiwan? Or is that more of a Western thing?
Not really, but like, as I was mentioning earlier, like, American culture is kind of like a main culture now, so, like, people dress as, like, vampires sometimes, but we do have, like, zombie and stuff like that. Yeah, in Taiwan, which is kind of similar to, like, vampires. Yeah.
For sure, yeah. All right, cool. Question number 5, related to your Netflix comment that you just made ago. Question is, what was the last movie you saw? In the theater. Let's say in the theater. Or do you ever go to the movie theater?
Taylor Swift's Era Tour.
What is it?
Taylor Swift. Oh my god.
Oh, the Taylor Swift tour. How was it?
It was so good. Okay, I have to say, I know a lot of people don't like Swiftie, but
I'm a big Swiftie.
Oh my god.
I love Taylor.
Hell yeah. Oh, I love Taylor too.
Okay, but let's talk her new album.
Oh, what's your favorite song? My favorite song is I Can Do It With a Broken Heart.
I just haven't gotten into it. Oh, like I've listened to it a couple times. I'm like, you know, it's my favorite. My favorite one is Reputation.
Oh yeah, that's a good album.
Love that album because there's a lot of edgy. It's a lot faster paced.
You're more like that. I see.
Yeah. So I was a little disappointed with the new album. I mean, it's still good. She's an amazing singer-songwriter.
Yeah, I think she changed like a bunch like different like genre as like a music because before she was like country and then she became like pop and then now she's kind of being kind of like a slow like indie rock kind of like I feel like she's kind of like discovering like new different ways of music but it's all good. Like I really like her music.
It is pretty good. Did you go see her live? Because she came to Seattle.
I did. It was so good. It was amazing.
How were your seats?
My seat was really good because me and my friend, we got into pre-sale, so we only paid like $140 for the ticket, which is really cheap.
That's really great.
I know. Some of the tickets, like towards the concert, it was like going up to like $1,000.
Yeah, it was insane.
It was insane. Like, oh my god. So we were really lucky to get like $140.
Yeah.
And our seat is not bad. We're kind of like, I won't say we're not on the floor ground, but like we're like, it's in the downtown.
Up a little bit.
Yeah, up a little bit, so we can still see her pretty well. It was so good. It was a lifetime amazing experience.
Yeah.
And she sang for like
3-4
hours.
Crazy.
Like she didn't even take a break. And then I was just sitting there, but I got really tired just like for looking at her. But then she's still like singing and moving around, dancing and changing different outfit. I was like, oh my god, how did you do that?
Have you read the article about how she trained for the concert?
No.
Like she would get on a treadmill and work out, and she would sing her entire set while working out just to get
her body to
conditioned for it.
That's amazing.
It's pretty inspiring actually.
Yeah, also her song like All Too Well, 10 minutes version, I don't know how to do that. Like sing for 10 minutes, like it's crazy. I did karaoke before and I cannot even finish a song like 3 minutes. I'm like, okay, when is the song gonna be end? Yeah.
You like karaoke?
Kind of. I don't really have a beauty voice, so I don't really like to sing.
So if you are in Asia right now listening to this show, you need to understand that karaoke in the U.S. is much different than karaoke, at least in mainland China. I don't know about Taiwan, but so different.
It is really different.
I mean, it was really fun in both places. I love going to karaoke, but wow, it was so different.
Yeah, karaoke here is kind of pricey, and it doesn't have like as many songs to choose either. So I don't really know.
And you're in a room with everybody. Like when I went in Chengdu, they give you a room.
Yeah.
And then there's just you and your friends, and there's a television screen or whatever, and then they would send people in to serve you drinks or snacks or whatever.
Yeah, if you order foods and stuff, yeah.
But that is not the way it works here. Have you been to karaoke here?
I only been there like a couple times, but the one I went is more like close to like how Taiwan's like.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's in like U District.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know if they just open or not, but we went there and then it was pretty much kind of like how it's in Taiwan.
Oh.
Also, it's kind of different because they don't have as much sonchus you can have.
Okay.
And the food is really different too, so...
Right.
And it's a little bit more pricey, so I don't know if I like that.
Well, most of the karaoke I've done in the States is usually in just a big open bar.
Yeah.
Everybody's in there.
Yeah, like open mic thing. Yeah.
So you get called, you put in your request, and then they call you up at some point and you sing your
like
song.
Different, yeah.
And sometimes people are amazing, and other times you're like, oh boy, let's get this done.
I definitely heard about this story before. It was funny, yeah. It's like, I appreciate their courage, to go off the stage to sing, but... Oh my God, they could not sing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if they realize it or not. They're just like, I'm drunk. I'm going to do whatever I want to do.
Oh yeah, they're probably like tipsy or something.
So, what's your go-to song at karaoke? Like, you're going to be able to do it.
I don't know. I really like "What Makes You Beautiful" by One Direction.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a very cheesy song.
Want to sing it while you're on the show?
Maybe. I don't know about that.
It's okay. We won't press you on it. We're going to go right to the last part of our show where we ask you about your wisdom. You've been here now. You're graduating.
Yes.
So you've been to community college. Can you speak to the people back home, the kids that are thinking about going? Mm-hmm. What do you wish you had known that you can help them understand, or what would be your advice?
Yeah. So I think about it a lot, but one thing I really appreciate is that just keep like open-minded, because since you're coming from a different culture, and especially people growing up from different like families and stuff like that, a lot of times you can find yourself have different values and like things with other people, and just like keep open-minded and then communicate with them even though you don't know how to really communicate with them, but just like trying. And the other thing I also like to mention is that finding resources is really important. Like internet's your best friend. Like,
that's true.
Just like even though you don't know where to start, just like start looking for like from like keyword, and then just like looking for things. And when you're looking for something, just go online, research first before you ask other people. Well, you can do that at the same time, but it's like if you do your own research, sometimes faster, because like there's a lot of people might have the same struggle with you as well. And then if you go online to look for them, maybe you can find the answer you like fits you or like helps you. Right. So I think that's really important for you to have.
Yeah, I would agree with that a lot. There's so many resources available. In fact, sometimes it's a little bit of overload, like where do I even start, Internet's a great place to start, but don't underestimate the value of talking to people in person.
Yes.
I think after COVID, people got so used to just being in their little bubble. Really you can get an education anywhere nowadays.
Exactly. Yeah.
Use your time on a campus at a university or college to meet other people, to network.
Yeah.
And it's hard to replace that with the internet. But I do like what you say. I would just say, encourage you guys, don't be afraid to talk to people in person.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you can just ask your classmate or like your instructor and stuff like that. Yeah.
Especially in art.
Yeah, especially in art. Like, art requires a lot of connection with people.
A lot of collaboration.
Exactly. If you're trying to find, like, internship job with art, or, like, you're trying to know, like, what you should do next, or, like, if you really like this kind of medium, how do you, like, explore more? You can talk about this with your instructor, and then they always have a good answer for you because they have been in this field for so long, so they know a lot of people, and then that's a good way for you to build your own community. Right. Also help you, like, in future, if you want to, like, keep doing this, like, area or, like, this field. Yeah. It's
kind of an exciting time to be alive because you can marry that with the internet.
Yeah.
Because, like, I've used Facebook to find film projects in Seattle. I don't get paid for it, but, I just want to be around creative people. I just want to, give my time and be a part of something interesting.
Yeah.
So talk to people, use that internet, and you definitely will be able to do some cool stuff.
Have both. You're
good.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, final thing, maybe a few words in your first language.
Sure.
So, people have heard Chinese before, but you're from Taiwan, so, maybe need a Korean buyang. It's maybe not quite the same.
I actually don't like when people ask me to say those things because I'm just like, what should I say?
You can just say hi to your family, or you can encourage kids back home or whatever.
Okay. Yeah. What should I say? Okay.
I know it's the toughest part of the show.
Okay. I really don't know what to say. Can you give me a tips?
Repeat your advice in Chinese, but just maybe 20 seconds of it.
Okay. 我的建议是保持一个态度，然后接受不一样的事情，因为大家都是从不一样的地方过来，然后在不一样的地方环境上面长大，所以懂得包容别人，然后懂得倾听，然后能够跟别人沟通，就是最好的。
非常好。Yeah.
Thank you.
That works great. Well, so great to talk to you.
Yes, thank you.
Congratulations on graduating. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you going to walk? Are you going to go to the Safeco field?
I'm probably going to go work later, actually. Yeah.
No, I mean, are you going to go to the graduation ceremony?
Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
I went last year just to film, and it was just exciting. It's at Safeco. You know, there's a lot of energy because everybody's graduating. Yeah, I recommend you do it. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
If you don't, of course, make sure you go to bachelor's degree graduation.
Yes, I will. Yeah, the one thing I think about is, like, it's only for 2 years, so it's not...
Right.
I feel like it's not such a big of a deal, but, yeah.
Yeah, and I've heard other people say that as well. But I went to a community college like you. I had 2 years, and I walked during my graduation. And it was just really cool. It just gives you a moment to kind of celebrate
what you accomplished?
Your success, yeah. And, you know, people that go to a 4-year right away, they don't get this opportunity.
Exactly, don't have one.
Kind of cool. So parents, especially if parents are listening to this show, it's an opportunity for your son or daughter to just take a moment, celebrate. You should celebrate with them. Yes, it's only a 2-year degree, but it is 2 years of their university work that they got done. So it's kind of a cool
Okay, maybe I will go, yeah.
I think you should. And have you gone to Mariner games?
What's that?
The baseball team?
No.
Well, it's an amazing facility. So even if nothing else...
Wait, is this the one in downtown? Like, close to Center?
Yeah, so where you saw the Taylor Swift concert, it's the one next to it.
Oh.
So you went to the football field.
Wait, the T-Mobile one?
Yeah, T-Mobile Park.
Okay.
Did I say Safeco? I always say Safeco. I think it used to be Safeco. But yeah, T-Mobile Park. Yeah, I get them all mixed up. But it's the baseball field, football field next to each other.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
check it out. It's cool. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing you all here. Thanks again.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, you bet. Bye-bye. Conversations With is painstakingly crafted for you by the Seattle College's International Programs Department and supported by the lovely folks here on our campus. This show is produced and edited by me, Evan Franulovich. We welcome your emails and questions about coming to Seattle Colleges. Please reach out to us via our website or just give us a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts, as this helps others discover the show. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube at Seattle Colleges INTL. That's Seattle Colleges INTL. And be sure to check out all of the shows here on Conversations With. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.